Another NEC. Not just any NEC. The only reason why I grabbed this is because of the condition that it was in, and really for the sole purpose that I was going to make a video about it. Because this is going to be exciting. As you can see from the front, it looks to be in pretty immaculate condition. No scratches, no scuffs, no nothing. If we look at the top, you can see that while there is some scuffing and scratching and all that whatnot, that's better, now I can see. Maybe you can see the scuffing and scratching. There's a big scrape right there. This, by the way, was a trash find. In fact, it was actually a curbside discount find. It was sitting on the side of the road today, actually. This thing was actually a curbside discount find. Usually when I find them, they're in the owner's houses when I'm doing work for them on other computers. But this one, no. This one was on the side of the road, sitting on top of a really cheap-looking, claimed to be a 4-head VCR. But it was probably just a 2-head because it was a modern VCR. But so, well, there you go. Didn't grab that because I don't really care. I don't need a VCR. Got a power supply with this, too. As you can see from this side, it also looks to be pretty immaculate. There might be something missing there, but I don't know for sure. The door here is still intact. Mine actually doesn't even have this door. My 6230, which is sitting over there. You might be able to see it around the drink. But if we take a look at this side, the damage becomes readily apparent. Look at this. There's a chunk missing out the side of the case. I don't know what this is. I actually really don't know what it is. If you take a look, that's what it looks like. The camera will not focus on it for some reason. Come on, camera. Well, got it for a second. Now, that's what that is. I have no idea what it is. Maybe I'll take a still picture of it so you can actually see it. We have the volume wheel, we have the headphone and all that whatnot, and then the damage becomes readily apparent. There's a chunk taken out of the back of the machine. This door is missing. The standoff right there is broken. The screw actually fell out while I was trying to take it, and I didn't really find the screw. The door is actually still here. This door is still here. But it doesn't close, obviously, because there's nothing for it to close into. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be another infrared, but there's an infrared on the front of the machine. This door is still intact, and miraculously, I believe it even still closes. No, not really. But that side of the machine's all intact. This side, it looks like it might have been ripped out of the wall or something, I don't know. But let me show you the power supply, and I'll show you exactly, well, some other things. Alright, so here's the power supply. You can see it's in pretty moderate condition, I guess. 18.5 volts, 2.45 amps. But the problem readily, well, shows itself as soon as we take a look at the actual power cord. Now, I do actually have the two-prong matching boombox style power cord on the end there, but take a look at this. I don't think this is going to be working anytime soon. Fortunately, I have a solution. I have this, which is from my 6230. Let's see here. Claims to output 2.45 amps. So maybe it actually does output 2.45 amps and I'll get lucky. It is 18.5 volts on either power thing. But anyway, let's go ahead and just try and plug this in and see what happens. Actually, first, I'm going to open up the machine so we can truly see what horrors lurk inside. Yeah, that's kind of not how that's supposed to be. You can see there, I'm pulling up on the machine and it's pulling that all up. There's something missing here. I don't know what that is. Maybe it was a blanking plate at some point, or maybe it's something that's actually supposed to be there. No idea if I can push the power button or not. I have no idea if this thing even works. And if I have to guess, it probably doesn't. As you can tell, this is a 6030X. And it does actually still have the brightness control, Intel Pentium. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug this thing in. I'm going to plug that part of it in, and I'm going to stand back. Now, let's see, let's go ahead. Get ready to plug this in. watch it explode in my face, but even though it won't explode in my face, I'm gonna make sure of that. Let's unplug the Toshiba, because we don't need that. Especially not right now, because I won't be using it. There's a power cord. See if it goes boom. It hasn't exploded yet. I haven't heard anything go bang. Let's see if it works. Nope, doesn't look like it works. I guess it doesn't work. I don't smell anything unusual. Let's go ahead and try and take it apart and see if we can get it to work. Oh my god, it's alive. I can't tell which brightness is up or down. Yeah, the display is kind of crap. As it turns out, that is the power switch right there, and it's a slide switch. But the machine is working. Or at least it was. Yep, as you can see, 133 megahertz power PC. Pentium processor installed. I think it has about 16 megabytes of memory. Yeah, the display is toast on this thing. But I guess I can keep it around if it actually works. How about we try and install an OS on this thing and see what happens? Well, I had to switch memory cards because this card is full. But let's have an actual power-up on camera. Don't try this at home. I am a professional idiot. Stick that in there. And now it won't power on for me. You suck. Come on, power on. Power on, damn it. It worked once. I guess now it doesn't like me. Maybe it is broken. Is it plugged in? Well, I don't smell burning, so it's not that. Why you no work? It worked once. Oh, there we go. Alright. So it's based on a chips thing there. The display, like I said, the display is toast, but I can easily get another display for it. Let's go into F2 for BIOS setup. Oh, it's got some fade out to it as well. Did it let me go into BIOS, or is it just gonna... Apparently it's looking for a floppy disk. Yeah, it didn't go into BIOS. It has a floppy disk installed? I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's go into the BIOS here. Control-Alt-Delete. Yeah, it does work. Okay. F2 to enter BIOS on these things. Phoenix Note BIOS. Press F2 to enter setup. I just did. So this is different from the other one. And you can now see the extent of the display crappiness. It's just a big blotch right there that's pretty much dead. Diskette A is... Oops. How do I change that? Plus and minus. Not installed. So the master drive is the CD-ROM, and we have, I believe that is a 1.4 gigabyte hard drive that's installed. But I don't know for sure. Peripherals. So everything here actually looks to be pretty much okay, I guess. Save changes, because it doesn't have a floppy drive in it, so who cares. Let's see if we can possibly load an OS on this thing, and if it'll actually work. Let's pop it into the CD-ROM, see if the CD-ROM works. At least preliminarily it works. Oh, I need two hands to do Control-Delete on this machine. Sounds like crap, but maybe it does work. Yeah, it sounds like it might actually work. Yeah, they've got some fade out going on in that BIOS. I don't know if this operating system media is bootable. It should be. Ah, look at that. It is bootable. Boot from CD-ROM, please. Starting Windows 98. There, Windows 98. Setup from CD-ROM. That's what I want to do. I can't believe this thing, man. It's basically destroyed. And here it is, powered on. We're going to install Windows on it, temporarily. I'm going to be installing Windows 3.1 on this when it's all said and done. Enter, configure unallocated disk space. Yes, enable large disk support. Powerlight even works. How's that for a bonus? But everything, well, most everything on this works. No idea what the extent of the damage here is. But I might have to figure out how to graft in my own little power button. I might have to add a power button myself, boot from CD-ROM. Hopefully this isn't going to make me go all the way to the beginning again. It's been a very long time since I've used this. Well, not really. I installed it on that. Anyway, okay, whatever. Nope. It is now going to format the drive, and that is going to take forever, as you can see. So we'll wait until that's finished. Alright, perform a routine check of your system. Sure, why not? That's normal. Oh, it's probably going to want to do a friggin' surface scan too, isn't it? Nope, I guess not. Scanning system registry. Copying files needed for Windows setup. Wonder if there's still any junk on this. Ah, there we go. That's better. It's like an old, I don't know, the camera doesn't pick it up very well. The hell is making that noise? Not sure if that's the speakers or if that's the, well, the mouse works. It's a little on the sensitive side. I really can't believe this stupid thing, that it actually freaking works. I'm pretty sure that's the CD-ROM drive making that god-awful noise. It's trying to access a floppy disk, and I don't even have a floppy disk drive hooked up to this. Computer name. Sounds like a pretty good name. I really am surprised that this thing actually is still functional. Let me get the usual setup thing, which I'm going to go ahead and wait for. I'm going to turn the brightness down, just so that I minimize the display burn-in. This actually is getting a little bit better as the display warms up, so I don't know, I might just leave it up the highest, because there isn't really a humongous blotch like there was when I first powered it on. It's a little bit better now. Camera picks it up a lot better than I can see it in real life. Listen to that hard drive thrash. Alright, reboot cycle number 1. Let's just go ahead and hit restart now. This mouse is pretty annoying. My god, this is a slow hard drive. Really noisy too. You can probably hear it because there's a hole in the side of the case right there. So let's see what happens now. Setting up hardware and finalizing settings. So it's now going to install all the 500,000 drivers. Alright, so I'll just let all this go along because you really don't need to see all this crap. Another reboot. Windows is shutting down. Oh, it's blue. I didn't even realize that was blue until now. I thought it was white. Alright, I'm not sure if it's booting up for the first time or what it's doing, but I would like to know what CD-ROM drive this is. If this is the 10X or the 8X or 6X. NC modem, don't really care, don't care. Chips and Technologies video driver. Oh, look at that. Blue screen of death. Nice. Is it going to work? I don't really care if it works or not. Just notice that there's a stuck pixel right about there. And it might be green. It might not be green. Anyway, let me get my DOS boot disk ready and we'll try and install MS-DOS on this thing. And then we'll try and install Windows 3.1. Alright, so we've got an MS-DOS 6.22 thing going on. I want to display the partitions. So we're going to delete partitions. What is it? It's a non-DOS partition, okay. So delete partition, delete non-DOS partition, delete partition 1. Yes, I want to continue. Deleted. So if we hit display, there should be nothing to find. We're going to hit 1. Primary DOS. Do I wish to use the maximum size available? Yes, I do. System will now restart. Insert DOS diskette. Press enter, and the system will reboot. I'm going to run fdisk again. Display partition information. We have a primary DOS, unknown, 100% usage because it's not formatted yet. Press escape. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to format C/S to make it a system disk. Yes. And now we have to play the waiting game once again, because it's going to format the drive. Alright, let's enter a volume label. 6030X hard drive. Good. Copy everything over. Copy over all. And just for good measure, we're going to copy over everything from the R drive. Access denied, apparently. dir/w, everything looks like it's there. Go ahead and eject the disk. CD-ROM drive is kind of rough. Hit a Control-Delete and see if it boots. You know how much faster it posts about the stupid CD-ROM in the drive. Let's see if it boots. Probably not, if I had to guess. Nope, it might boot. Looks like it's actually going to work. Look at that, it worked. Alright, now let me get my Windows 3.1 CD that I created for whatever the hell reason. Let's see if I can find it. And we'll try and use it. Alright, Windows 3.1. See if this is going to work. I highly doubt it. Let's run setup.exe. See if this stupid thing can possibly work. Custom setup, C Windows. Sure. That's a pretty good list right there. So that's going to copy files. Hopefully that all works. Look at how fast this thing is. A lot faster than what it would be from a floppy. Please wait while setup loads Windows. Will this thing work? Well, it might. Everything should be selected by default. Alright. Automatically accept any changes. Enter. I don't have any printers. It's not setting all that stuff up. This machine gets pretty hot in operation. Just select C and the path. Search. Okay. Whoops. Add all, because why not? Alright. Let's go ahead and skip over the tutorial. Return to MS-DOS. Let's type Win. Start Windows. Look at that, it worked. Alright, now we need to get the drivers all installed. This is probably going to be the most difficult part. And yes, the sleep button actually works. It is now quite a bit later, and as you can see, things have changed. The 6030 is now sitting next to my 6230 in its, well, its new home. That's where it's going to be. And it's no longer running Windows 3.1. It's running Windows 95, simply because I got sick and tired of Windows 3.1 being a piece of crap. The video driver did not want to install, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to install Windows 95, and so I did, and everything is working fine. You can also see the extent of the display issues. And the brightness doesn't work very well, but it is pretty much, functional. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.